What's up, guys? So today's video is coming in the vein of Mardi Gras, which started yesterday. Obviously, as I just showed, I am wearing a sort of rainbow shirt to sort of celebrate that, because I have a lot of friends that are in the community, and I obviously support my friends, so in solidarity, here we are. The theme of this year's Mardi Gras is what matters. They have do I still have it up here? No, I do not. They have a program out at the moment, and on the second page there's this nice little paragraph that basically recounts how the Mardi Gras started as a in spirit of protest for gay and lesbian rights, and that in that same vein they now want to ask what is important now. I think it's getting close to 30 years or something now. 30? 50? I don't know. It's been going a long time. 50 sounds about right. I mentioned that number. So it's getting up there in how long it's been around. But it was sort of asking, after all this time, and in the same vein as Mardi Gras originally was, what is currently important now? What are the new issues to discuss? And I've got a little website that I looked at, has given the top 10 according to Gen Z and millennials. The difference is not actually that much. There's a lot of shared ground. I will also be adding in 2 of my own that I think are issues that we need to sort of address. These are obviously more personal issues that I feel strongly about, and so yeah, but in the interests of things that are important for, and things that are worth talking about and fighting for, if you hit the link in my description down below, we'll be enabling young people who are currently experiencing severe disadvantage to access resources and support that they need to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. We'll be helping to build a supportive community where they are valued and included and have every opportunity to thrive, kind of like what Mardi Gras started out to do for the LGBT community, just to get them accepted and valued for them, who they are, and included as part of general society. And for the most part, they've kind of achieved that goal. As well as, if you hit that button, if you do donate and help out this wonderful cause, you'll be helping to reduce the frequency and severity of alcohol, drug and mental health related issues, as well as antisocial and self-harming behaviours in young Australians. Considering that Mardi Gras being held, is pretty much always held in Sydney, young Australians are sort of some of the people, most of the people probably, that are going to be there. Now, on this, I'm on a website called ypulse.com. The title is both Gen Z and millennials believe this is the biggest problem their generation's facing. I've scrolled down quite a ways, and in the age demographic between 18 and 36-year-olds, which I think is cutting into sort of the older end of Gen Z there. I'm 25 currently, and I believe 2 years younger than me is the end of the millennials, I believe. So it's definitely cutting in to at least the eldest 4 years. Either way, it's the adults And the top 10 there, going in reverse order, the older generations, most notably the boomers, cost of living, wage inequality, racism and discrimination. I see those as the one overarching of just inequality in and of itself. I think the wage inequality speaks more to gender inequality, and then obviously racism and discrimination are for not exclusively in discrimination's case, but I see them as being for obviously race, and then for disability, and then obviously there's LGBT rights, and there's religion, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. Political standing is becoming a one that people are discriminating against. If you don't share their same political view, they will attack you. Next, we've got social media and technology addiction. Obviously, in this current technological boom, that's a big one. Then we've got drugs, the economy, and debt, which I will wrap up with cost of living. And then number one, to no one's surprise, climate change. For me, my 11 and my 12, not necessarily in this order, they sort of share an equal level with me. The stigma around mental health, which doesn't really get looked at here. The 13 to 17-year-olds probably come closest to it. They've got bullying at number 5 and gun violence / school shootings as number 4. I believe this is an American site because Australia is more likely to have a school stabbing, gun wars and whatnot. But the headspace you've got to be in to be the one enacting that heinous crime is definitely an antisocial behaviour. They probably come closest to it, and then the other one is, and this could probably come from economy, but entertainment, and I will flesh that out and explain that in just a second. But I'm going to start the list now in sort of a closer look at it, by quickly just taking climate change and putting it in its own video for later. End of next month, I think it's the 20th or the 29th, is Earth Hour. I will address it then. So we'll start off with debt, the economy, and the cost of living. I've read reports that have shown that obviously the cost of living is increasing as things that cost money generally do. It's called inflation. Someone recognises that there's a real market for their particular product, so they increase the price a little bit to make themselves some more money. This then in turn, if they've got a wholesaler, they then add their own little tax onto that so that they can make more money, and then the store you buy it from puts their own additional tax onto that. So what started out as a little bit has been inflated quite a bit before you actually pay for it. And then obviously the government likes to throw goods and services tax onto that as well. So a $10 shirt may have only cost $2 to make, and you could have only had to pay $4 maybe to buy it, and it ended up costing you $10 in the end. Just as a basic illustration of that, I guess. But wages themselves have not increased at an equal rate, and obviously for millennials who are for the most part, either actually, pretty sure most millennials now are just leaving university. So we've got student loan debts to pay off, as well as then the cost of living, meaning that most of the money we earn from whatever jobs we've got, whatever income we've got coming in, most of that money goes to paying off our bills, obviously student loans, but also rent, groceries, utilities, the essentials, everything to do with your car, registration, insurance, all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of that's going on to bills, and so there's not therefore that much left to, and this is where I think the entertainment splinters off from economy, to go out and do luxury things like go to the movies that often, or particularly travel is a big one, particularly international travel, because obviously you've got to have all that money already there so you can go over, and then you're just helping the global economy because the airline gets paid, the hotels get paid, whatever activities and amusements you participate in while you're in wherever you're at, they get money from you. It's a whole, obviously, big thing that a lot of industries are a part of. Entertainment's particularly good at being an industry that employs a multitude of other industries. And yeah, if we're too busy paying off all these debts and the cost of living, we don't have that much more to give otherwise to the rest of the economy, and the people working those jobs therefore would make less and potentially go out of business, and that then just adds to the unemployment rate, which then obviously affects the economy. It's a whole cycle, and so yeah, that's a thing. I personally am not affected by drugs, at least in the way that I think this is trying to put them across. Obviously I have my medication, which I have been prescribed by my doctor. I don't think that's what they're talking about. I think they're talking more explicitly about narcotics, and so that does not personally affect me, but I do know that it has sort of become a coping mechanism for a lot of people to deal with, or instead of rather dealing with their mental health issues, because they're so stressed about everything else. Technology, addiction, and social media. I mean, I can't really talk too much smack about this. I make YouTube videos daily. I watch YouTube videos at least every second day. And when I'm not doing either of those things, I've got Instagram, I've got my personal Facebook, I've got Tumblr that I try to post to as often as I possibly can. I am currently behind on my story at the moment. I will get there. As well as also having like my emails and other essential online things that I need to like look for jobs and that sort of thing. I can't really speak too much smack about that. Then of course there's the fact that I like movies and video games, and both of those require at the very least a screen and something to play said movie or video game on. So I'm right there in amongst it all. I don't think that if we're going to be looking specifically at video games for a second, don't think that violent video games lead to violent people. For me personally, it's I am well aware that it is not a real world, and so being violent in that world is, in that sense, kind of a little bit therapeutic for me if I've had a particularly bad day and just like I want to break something, but at the same time I don't want to actually be violent. I can go and I can play a violent game, and at the same time, like, what isn't a violent game? Like, when does it become a violent game? Because most video games have some form of an attack. And if you go all the way back to like the earliest games and stuff, with like Mario and stuff, even then he was attacking the turtles, like the little Koopa soldiers and the Goombas, by jumping on them. So there was still violence there. Anyway, that was a tangent we didn't really need to go down, but this is what I think matters, so we're just going to go with it. Next on the list, racism, discrimination, and the wage, gender inequality. For this, I'm kind of surprised it's not higher, but at the same time understanding why it is so low at the same time on the list. It is obviously something we need to talk about, so it's good that I made the top 10. There is still obviously a way to go in that, which is why I'm surprised it's this low on the top 10 list. But at the same time, from what it was, we've definitely made massive strides, particularly in recent years with the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter movement. Disney, I think, particularly has done really well at portraying different relationships and different ethnicities and religions, and having strong female characters and stuff in their films. They've done that really well to sort of help give that representation. Being a massive media mogul it is, it kind of has to, if it wants to not completely fall apart, because people are starting to react to films and TV in how they portray their minority groups. And when we say minority groups, we really mean anyone that isn't a white male, because they are the devil incarnate, apparently. The next one on the list, and the bottom one, since I've been grouping together a couple of times here, is the older generations. I don't think boomers are ever going to stop complaining about millennials, and I don't think millennials are ever going to stop complaining about boomers complaining about them. So this is going to just be one of those things where a particular generation looks at, like an older generation looks at a younger generation, voices their opinion that they would have done things differently, not taking into account that the context in which they had been raised and lived their life is different to the context that we are living our lives at the same age, and so therefore different decisions have to be made. Yeah. And again, I could do a full rant on older generations as well. Some of the things that they've complained about is just hilarious. So let me know in the comment section if you want me to see. If you want to see me, rather, make that video and talk about that. If you want to see that, I will make that, and if not, it'll just be sort of a video idea for if I don't have a particular idea for a particular day and I just need it to get filled. And then that brings me on to my personal two. I'll quickly talk about the entertainment industry itself. Entertainment products are, entertainment as a whole has within itself, has been subdivided into different industries in and of itself. That's just how big the entertainment industry is in total. And then as I said before, it's depending on where you're at, it's really good at bringing multiple industries that otherwise wouldn't have been related into itself to use them for an entertainment purpose. For instance, if we focus on film, because I'm a filmmaker myself, so if we use that, because I can speak from experience on that then, yes, you might have your writers and your actors and your directors and producers and whatnot that are specific to that industry, but in producing a film, you've also got to have, especially the big movies that you go to the cinema to see, you've then also got catering, so you've got some level of a hospitality industry presence there. You've got construction for your sets and props and stuff. You've got costuming and makeup, bringing the fashion and makeup industry into it. There's the music scoring, bringing the music industry, another subgenre of the entertainment industry, into it. There's legal teams surrounding that. There's obviously the big corporations in the entertainment industry conducting business and stuff, so there's that sort of corporate level of industry coming into it, and as I said, it's a really good industry to be in, and you can come from so many different there's a particular, if you look at how credits are structured, they're actually set in the different ways that different industries were included. So all of your electrical stuff and lighting and whatnot is together. And all of the woodwork, carpentry, set designing, actual construction stuff is together. All the fashion and makeup stuff, costume designing and whatnot is together. So you actually do have a look at how they are structured. You can actually see the different industries that came into it. And that's just in film production. As I said, music's another one, and in a funny reverse, music videos brings film into it, as well as having all the costumes and the locations and all that other stuff. And then, depending on how popular that franchise or that film or whatever is, it can then end up divulging, like Harry Potter has, into actual theme parks, therefore giving the tourism industry a little boost to those locations. And as I said, very much a branch of the economy argument, but it also affects the inequality issue as well, with how those, as I said, are represented in entertainment products and leisure items. Neither of those is particularly helping the technology addiction social media one so much, because obviously you're using technology to either view or listen to or otherwise consume that product, and then if you get really into the fandom, following up on all the theories and news and stuff on social media platforms, is where you're sort of able to interact with that fandom's community, so it doesn't really help in that sense either. Really the only thing on this list that it doesn't touch on is climate change, but again, it's big enough to carry its own video on my channel, so it's obviously big enough to carry its own political weight on its own, and every other thing has had some, has sort of brushed up against the entertainment industry. And considering that if we were to have a financial crisis tomorrow, the first things people would cut out of their lives would be tourism and entertainment and leisure items, like goods and services rather. Kind of speaks to the fragility of that industry, and it's not just in film and music, which are like the big two at the moment. I think everyone by now knows the very famous story of J.K. Rowling getting rejected 13 times before being able to finally publish the first Harry Potter book. That's very real in all of the industries that are covered under entertainment. You've also got things like video games, board games, there's like collector's items and stuff. Fashion comes into it with merch and stuff. Obviously, this is Disney merch, and yeah, so it's the entertainment industry is massive, and it's therefore because of the quality of products that it's able to put out, wants to continue that so that it remains the mega industry that it is. And so it's very competitive to get into, and it's one of the industries where the old saying of "it's not what you know, it's who you know" is very relevant, because if you are well connected enough by the grace of God, then you are more likely to be able to be successful in that field than if you're someone like me, who I studied film in year 11 and 12, as well as drama. I've been writing since 2006. I've been part of some of these massive fandoms now since they began or before they began. I remember when Iron Man came out, and I was like, okay, that's another Marvel movie. Obviously at this point the MCU had obviously not really started, it was the start, and I was just sort of there with everyone else who was just a fan of the comics, which obviously in mainstream media are not as popular. There's still very much a niche market to its fans, and so I've sort of, now that it's so big, I'm one of those friends that people come to with questions about what stories they might go to next, and on a couple of occasions I've been told that my theories sound so and sometimes it's been like, since having made that theory, it's then been confirmed that that's what's happening, sort of thing, to the point where a couple of friends have actually said that they could see me doing really well in that sort of a job, and that's exactly the job that I want to have. So, but I don't have any connections, is the point that I'm getting at there. I don't have any connections, so there's no logistical way for me to actually make that happen, unless I am able to set up some connections to make that happen. And then obviously the last one I'm going to touch on is mental health. This one is such an important one to me that I'm making a whole series on it. Obviously, January I did a signs and symptoms of depression one. This month I did social anxiety. I'm going to go on and do other ones like the top of my head, BPD is going to be one. I may look at the difference between introversion and extroversion, and by extension introversion, what differs it from antisocial behaviour, because if we're really honest, being introverted means you are not socializing as much as an extrovert would, as like a base definition. And so what's the difference between it and antisocial behaviour? Yeah, there's going to be a whole list of ones. I'm going to try and stretch to see if I can make one for each month of this year. And so I'm not really going to talk too much about it in this video, because I've already spoken about, as I said, depression and social anxiety in previous videos, and I'm going to be talking about other ones like BPD. We might get a little bit more dark, more serious with things like schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder, and then as I said, things like the difference between mental health and just like a social preference sort of thing. But that's all I've got for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this one, and be alerted when I upload new ones. Again, it would really mean a lot if you could click that link in the description down below. Support Febfast would mean a lot to me. And yeah, until next time, keep your heads screwed on.